Good afternoon from Lombok, everyone. It's Hanifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. So I'm in this beautiful location and I'm still thinking about healthcare and hospitality. And of course, I'm experiencing some great hospitality here too, and different types in different spaces, but the intention is the same, which is the same for education too, that there's education everywhere. And there are some minds that grasp education in a way that's different than others. And we all do. We all have different minds, and there's education to learn and there's education to practice. And so today I thought I'd start with this quotation, which says, higher education is not necessarily a guarantee of higher virtue. Higher education is not necessarily a guarantee of higher virtue. And what has happened is the more people get educated, it's not that virtue is growing, because virtue is inherent, and unless we practice it, we don't see it in the work that we do. So whether it's in hospitality or in healthcare, we do not see virtue unless it is consciously applied to the work that we're doing. Now, I can tell you that many times when we get higher education, we do feel more virtuous. Suddenly, we feel like we're better than others, and that is not a virtue. So, in that, we have to understand that our virtues are inherent, and yet, even as we go through education, we can practice our virtue of our kindness to others, which is what work we're doing, whether in healthcare or hospitality. So I thought I'd bring up this other quotation, and this is by Martin Luther King Jr. And it says, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And you will know that in most professions, and I'll certainly say healthcare and hospitality for sure, many of us go into these professions with an intention to do something for others. I want to help people's health, and so I go into healthcare. Once I get through healthcare, most of us have many high loans, so lots of expenses on the mind, and then I start working and I think about finishing the expenses, paying back my student loans, working to make money to survive. And when the mind intention moves into, I'm doing this for me, it is not what we are doing for others. And many people think as soon as I pay off this loan, and I know I had gone through this, then I'll be able to give more generously. Yet, I loved my work. So I love my work today. I love my work when I finished. I love my work as I was studying as a student. And unless we love what we are doing, our virtues do not come through for others. And then finally, I wanted to end with this quotation, and this is by Otto Klepny. It says, the purpose of all higher education is to make men aware of what was and what is, to incite them to probe into what may be. It seeks to teach them to understand, to evaluate, to communicate. And this is so important because so often we think about what was, and I continue doing what was, and then I make that what is, and that will be what will be. But when I think about what may be, I think outside of the box, and often this takes a space of virtue and this intention to do things for others, not for ourselves, not for the bills that I have, not for the struggles I have, but for the compassion towards the people that we are working with. This is what the purpose of all higher education is. Today I want to remind us, no matter what education you are doing right now, taking right now, or practicing right now, remember that this purpose is to see what may be, and that allows us to be creative, to allow us to think outside of the box, and that is a virtue. I wish you a fantastic day ahead, and I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day or night, everyone.